to study music therapy because of my passion for music. Since I was a very small child, I was singing with my family, and also I enjoyed very much being in a choir and also in children's bands. And I was very pleased with the space, the interpersonal space that music could create, and I've sensed it as a very young child. And when I was in my 20s, I had had some years of work experience, and I was asking myself, how could I integrate this passion of music and working with people? And then I realized that there was something called music therapy at the university in Aalborg in Denmark, a 5-year program. And for me that was very interesting and inspiring. So I went for the audition and I came in. I didn't expect to right shelf for me, the right professional space for me to be in, because it's activating both the emotional and the relational things, but also the mental and the research, and it's the two different brain parts are communicating, and it's both the body and it's the emotions, but it's also the brain and the mental issues. So I very much like this, and music therapy. Also, the thing about using music as a symbolic language. So music is not the goal, but it's actually the media for communication, for development, for working with different aspects of the lived life, an integrational, holistic way of working. That's very appealing to me. And when I started approaching hospice, I didn't realize that I was going to be so happy about working there. Actually, I might have been a little bit fearful. I was doing an interview with a music therapist working at hospice, but I felt the atmosphere of the house was so beautiful and so calm, and there was a certain spirit in this house, and I felt that the staff was so kind and lovable. And when I finished my studies and I had my baby, because I went directly to maternity leave, then after a year, suddenly there was a job in this hospice place, and I found the courage to apply, and I was so lucky to get it. And since then I've been there, and I love that very much. Working with the dying is it's a special atmosphere. This is existential aspect of life in this presence, and for me it became very clear from the beginning that I could actually do a very big effect with music and with my presence, and it had no negative side effects like some medication would, and it's also integrating the whole person, not just an ill body giving up its functions, but still there are healthy sides of the person to be addressed in music, and also for making a space of communication with the family surrounding the dying. So it's a positive space of being. So music is facilitating positive experiences, even though death and sickness and anger and fear and despair is also a big part of the picture.
Protože to, co dělá Signe, čemu se věnuje, že pracuje a zpívá a doprovází lidi, kteří umírají, mě neskutečně oslovilo. Protože já mám velkou touhu pomáhat lidem a trošku uzdravovat tyhle věci a moc ráda zpívám, takže ta kombinace mě zavolala na tenhle workshop.
Protože mě hodně zajímá téma smrti a vůbec jako práce s hlasem tady v tom kontextu. Přijde mi to hodně zajímavý, hodně inspirativní a hodně potřebný v dnešní společnosti. Jakoby využívat tady ty umělecké talenty nějak jako smysluplněji v kontextu sociálním.
Signe bude mluvit taky o své práci v hospicu, odchod lidí z tohohle světa považuji za samozřejmě velmi opět důležitý moment, tak jako narození a čekala jsem a samozřejmě se tu dovídám o způsobu Signe, jak lidi provází. Je to úžasný, že to někdo dělá. Nevím o tom, že by někdo tady u nás v Čechách nebo na Moravě dělal muzikoterapii v hospicích.
No, určitě mě to hodně podpořilo jakoby v mých nějakých vlastních osobních záměrech a dalo mi to jakoby náhled prostě vhled jakoby do té terapeutické práce, muzikoterapeutické.
Já pracuji s hlasem v rámci svojí individuální terapie, že jsem si uvědomila nějaký svůj blok a zároveň mě už nějak pár let fascinuje téma umírání a smrti a hospicu a jako transformační nástroj a fascinovalo mě to, že vlastně je to kombinace obojího. Máme to inspiraci, jak třeba pracovat sama se sebou v budoucnosti a takový integrující pohled na ty věci. Pro mě je silný už jenom to, že vlastně jsem se zajímala o práci třeba Elizabetky Rosové, která pracovala s umírajícími a zároveň se zajímám o nějaké třeba zážitky blízké smrti a posmrtný život. A tak je pro mě fascinující, když se potkám takhle s člověkem, který s tím opravdu pracuje a zažívá ty lidi, ty reální situace a reální příběhy, který vlastně všechno tohle potvrzují, že je to prostě stejný po celém světě ty zážitky, že se není čeho bát. Že umírání je jenom nějaký přechod na druhou stranu.
The ambitions as a singer, I kind of I see it this way, that I sing in my everyday life and I'm very grateful about that, but also I have kind of a musician side, which is not a music therapist, which is more a performer, which is a singer and a musician, and I've been so lucky to have time to be involved with some CD recording. And I love that process. I have been in several bands and I have been touring around, having concerts as tour, but it stopped for maybe 7 years now, and it seems to be beginning again, and I'm very grateful about that. Let's go into the middle. Sharing my music with more than the very small audience at hospice. So I have an ambition of letting out this CD with relaxational music and singing, intuitive singing, but also I'm a part of another CD project that has a lot of beautiful lyrics. It's for the inner child and it's also for the actual child, with assurances about that you are loved just the way that you are, and that you are perfect and you don't have to change, and within you have an inner voice and you have stillness and you can have guidance. So these are songs that the authors of the songs, of the lyrics, they would have wanted somebody to tell them when they were children. So I was called in to participate as a singer, and the CD is coming out. Coming to Prague again, having this workshop and with this wonderful people. It's not a very often. It's not a. It's quite a very seldom thing in my life, and it gave me a lot of vitality and joy and bliss. And for me, it was very uplifting and confirming. And also that I want to do more of this stuff. I also want to do groups in Denmark, working with people at a normal functional level and with motivation of singing. It kind of increases the energy of the whole room, and a lot of joy in the meetings and in the interactions, but also a lot of peace when working on our conscious breathing and giving attention and care to ourselves. So in inspiring the participants to do the same, I have been doing it as well. So it has been a gift for me being here.
Je to člověk s velikánským přesahem. No, víte, mě nedostanete, prostě to je opravdu někdo s velkým, no. Jako to bylo před ním.
No, Signe je úžasná, to pro mě bylo prostě úžasné překvapení, s kým jsem se to mohla potkat a je z ní cítit úžasná energie a předává to dál, takže už jenom jako bejt tady a samo o sobě léčivý podle mě.
So I have one song for the earth, and I'll do them quite fast so that we'll get them all, but if you feel free, you can join me. It's simple and maybe you might already know it. It's called Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. In working with a group like this in Prague, it's possible to get a kind of equal relation and interaction, and also exchange of emotions, exchange of brave associations, ideas, fantasy. I think there's a lot of flow in a group like this, and it also really gives vitality to me. In working with traumatized women, which is a total different concept, it's very exhausting for me, and they bear a lot of fear and anxiousness and concern and guilt and shame and grieving. So it's working with them, it's very small steps. I can only do one thing at a time, and I have to give them a lot of time to absorb it. And also it would not be an equal relation, because I really have to care for them, I have to protect them, I have to be very aware of this emotional processes of each and everyone. And working in hospice is a totally different setting, because usually I have my full attention to one person, and I'm very focused and concentrated in adapting my music and my atmosphere of music to this specific person. And also I cannot use all this power that I can use with participants like today, because it would be too much, it would be overwhelming and overstimulating. So it has to be very careful and very tender, and also I have to be very much aware of the signals of the body and the face of this dying person, because the senses of the dying are really open, so they need very much more low doses of intensity, of volume, of maybe time. They could maybe cope with 20 minutes or 30 minutes. It wouldn't be possible to work with hospice patients for 2 whole days like you. So I feel very lucky to be able to be in those different settings and rooms. Yeah. Hey, Richie Chai, hey, Richie Chai, Richie Chai, Richie Chai.